Hello everyone, welcome to our vlog. My name is Nurushanara binti Alexander. In this video, I'll be showing you some of traditional games in Malaysia. What is traditional games and what types of traditional games? Before we start, let me introduce our team member first. So, stay tuned and let's go!
This was all just fun and games. So caught up in the past, they acting like a bunch of lame. Everybody asking how we doing, say we good. Don't need no one to tell me how to live just like they would. It ain't their business, but they in it, I don't know why. Revolved around my life after I found another guy. People get so caught up thinking they know everything, but little do they know.
A few moments later.
Hello guys, welcome back with me. So, I will explain one by one. The first one is, what is traditional games? According to Kamus Dewan, traditional games refer to cultural games that have been practiced by a community for a certain period of time. However, nowadays, our society is still playing this game, but it is increasingly forgotten, especially by young people in our country who prioritize modern game too much. The second one is, what types of traditional games? There are actually many traditional games in Malaysia, but this time I will only point to two types of traditional games, which is Batu Seremban and Congkak. But before that, I would like to ask, do you know what is Batu Seremban and Congkak? Have you ever played Batu Seremban and Congkak? In this part, I will not explain in more detail because I will pass it on to my friend. They will tell more about this game. There are three aspects that they will discuss. The first one is the history background of this game. The second one is the ways or how to play this game. The last one is the rules when playing this game.
Hello everyone, my name is Hasni. I will explain Congkak history and show how to play it. Congkak is a type of traditional game that is believed to originate from the country African or Arab. This traditional game has spread through the Middle East to Africa. For Asian countries, the Congkak game is believed to have been spread and developed by Arabs in Malacca, which was the center of trade for Arab merchants. The name Congkak is a combination of the words Congak and Count, which test the player's counting speed. Players who are good at looking up will have the advantage of accumulating points to win the game. Congkak was only played by the royal family, but this game has started to be played widely by all the common people, whether Malay, Chinese, or Indian. The Congkak game played by the royal family usually use fancy carved Congkak boards, but commoners play by digging holes in the ground. But in recent times, Congkak games are not very popular to be played, especially by teenagers, because the development of technology has produced interesting gadgets and players can imagine themselves as the character play in the application due to the application software tools using 3D animation. In addition, there are also swagger games created to be played online to attract the interest of today's teenagers. Okay, next, I'm gonna explain how to play Congkak. First, each player must sit in front of one of round house. They must face each other to play this Congkak. After the players sit in front of each other, they have to fill each of this hole with 7 pieces marble, like this. Okay, first player have to choose one of these 7 holes and take all of the marble pieces, and go with a clockwise, like this. If you put your last piece into any holes that already has piece in it, pick them all up and keep distributing into clockwise like this. But if you put it on the empty hole, you have to stop there and let the other players continue the game. Lastly, the Congkak game will end until one of the players move all the pieces marble to their storehouse. The winner is based on the quantity marble in their own storehouse. That's all for me. Bye.
Hello guys, today I'm gonna tell you guys about the rules when playing Congkak. When playing the Congkak, two players compete to collect the largest number of seeds in their respective storehouse. Sitting at opposite ends, each player owns a row of house and directly in front of him and the storehouse on his left. Up to 98 of seeds are distributed every house. In the first stage of play, players play concurrently, beginning with any one of their house and popping seed rapidly and noisily clockwise into each house until each player had empty all the seed in his hand. But guys, you must remember when play on the first round, on this round, a seed is placed in a player's house, but not his opponent. On ending this round, the players scoop all the seed of the house that he has dropped the last seed, like the last seed. Scoop all the seed of the house that he has dropped the last seed in, and the process is repeatedly until the last seed is dropped into an empty house. Commute until the seed run out at home. And so on, I want to tell you guys the game equipment. The game requires a wooden block, which was originally hand carved. Congkak board were generally made of teak and sometimes carved with elaborate decoration and image. But in this block, I can only use the Congkak made of plastic, the modern one. So that's all from me. Bye bye guys.
Assalamualaikum and hi guys, my name is Nur Aisyah Perayu binti Muhammad Asri. Now, I want to explain about Batu Seremban. Batu Seremban is also known as Selambut or Seremban. Selambut is the term on the north and east coast of the peninsula, while on the west coast of the peninsula, this game is known as Seremban. This traditional game is loved by girls. It is usually played in group of 2 or more people. Objects such as glass marble, rubber bean, simple pebbles, and other round objects can be used in this game. These objects are known as fruits, and this game only uses 5 stones. This game is often played in free time, in the porch of the house, in the house, or anywhere as long as there is a flat low space. The game should also sit on the ledge, so that it is easier to play. In this game, there are several levels or difficult ways of fruit celebration. The game will start with an easy first level, where a level called level 1 is used, up to a more difficult level or the top level called level 7.
everyone, I am Rose Adilawati. Today, I will explain the rules of Batu Seremban games. First of all, each participant needs to take a score to start the game, where the total score for each mile is 20. The participant who gets the highest score will start the game first. Overall, this game has 7 stages that the player needs to go through before being counted as a winner. If the player can play until the winning stage by gaining points, then the player can continue the game again, in which case level 1 and so on until the player loses. The toss of stone is called main stone. If the main stone cannot be graded or while picking stone on the floor, the hand touches another stone or cannot pick the stone until the main stone falls, or when wagging 2 stones until the main stone falls, or when wagging the stone and the player is unable to even a single stone, it is considered dead, in which case the game will end and the game will pass to the next player. If a player's turn has come, the player will go back to the unsolved stage starting from the beginning of that stage. Now, I will explain and show how to play Batu Seremban games. There are several ways to play Batu Seremban games, which is that the player has to start the first stage, which is level 1, where all the stone must be scattered on the floor. One of stone will be made into a main stone and the main stone must be tossed. At the same time, the stone on the floor must be collected one by one. This process will continue until all the stone on the floor have been collected. The second stage is called level 2. The way level 2 is played is similar to level 1, but the stones collected must be 2 stones simultaneously. This means that only twice the main stone is tossed. Level 3 also has a slight difference. The first step is to collect 1 stone first. On the second toss, the player must collect 3 stones simultaneously. The fourth level, the player collects 4 of stones on the floor and at the same time, the player will tossing and catching the main stone. In level 5, the player needs to hold 5 of stones. One of the stones should be tossed and the remaining 4 of stones should be placed on the floor and take the main stone. There to toss early and collect back the stone when the main stone is tossed again. At the level 6 is slightly different. It is also called a change stone, where 2 of stones become the main stone. When one of them is tossed into the air, the another stone must be exchanged with another stone found on the floor until it is finished. The last stage is level 7. 2 of stones still in the hand should be tossed simultaneously. Meanwhile, 1 of stones should be collected and the main stone should be graded with both hands, and on the right and the other on the left. Lastly, player will tossing and catching the main stone. After completing all the stage, the player must wigging the stone to get points, which is the same as at the beginning of determining the player. The points are calculated according to the stone that can be wigged. 1 stone equals 2 points.
Hello guys, so in conclusion, you guys already know there are a lot of information about these 2 traditional games such as table stones games or Batu Seremban and also Congkak. It is fun to learn about these 2 traditional games. These 2 traditional games are also comes from Malaysian games. These games are usually suitable to play during a free time. Traditional games are very popular among people who live in rural area. It has been played by our ancestors since they are young. And I'm sure that we have learned about two traditional games by knew the games comes from where and which culture are always playing these interesting games. Also, we can learn on how to play these games and also how many players are supposed to play in these two games. As we all know, there are two games also have the rules to play. Last but not least, these traditional games are very important to continue tradition legacy that has been left. It's suitable for our new generation to continue this variation culture, include traditional games. This is because nowadays most of traditional games is not being played anymore by the children as they are more attracted to play computer games instead of some of the children who lived in rural areas still interested to play the traditional games. So in this case, let people, especially young generation, to expose more to other people, whether inside or outside country, to know about these fun traditional games. We all hope that these traditional games could give more enjoyable for young generation to play it and also can learn about more and more traditional games to continue our world culture. In addition, there is no doubt that this Malay traditional games is one of the cultural heritage that is very priceless and cannot be replaced because it is symbolized for our costume, cultural and identity as one nation. So hope you guys enjoy this vlog. So stay smiling, keep positive and click it. Bye!